And here we go, game one, the Oshawa Hockey Fest. Flyers versus Whitby Wildcats. Ambrosio takes a draw, won by Wildcats. He'll play it off the near boards into the Flyers' end. Milks, he'll play that and just hold on. Ambrosio back in for the draw. Picked up by O'Shea, throws it out in the middle. Felix chips it through neutral center ice. Pokes it forward into the Wildcat zone. Felix centering attempt blocked by the Wildcats. Puck down behind their net. Played to the far corner and behind. Out to Felix in front. He'll throw it on net, just wide. Rebound to the far boards. Ambrosio gets there first, sends it to Savory in neutral ice. He'll dump it into the Wildcat zone. Whitby plays it behind their net. Tried to come out the near side. Along to the blue line. Savory keeps it in. Felix. How's it go, bud? Wildcats throw it off the glass to the blue line and out. Chip through neutral ice. O'Shea gets a piece of it, sends it out. Back in the Flyers' end. Shot. Milks with the save. Not sure where it is. Cleared out by O'Shea to the far corner. Ambrosio picks the puck up along the far boards. Gets chipped. Wildcats throw it behind the Flyers' net. Played up to the blue line. Shot through traffic. Chipped wide of the net. Ambrosio gets a piece, fires it around the far corner. Telford to Andretti. Andretti throws it towards the blue line, kept in. Wildcats with possession in the Flyers' end. Good pressure by O'Shea. Wildcats to the blue line. Shot tipped in front. Rebound. Still there. Telford picks up that loose puck and skates out of his zone. Telford down the wing, in over the blue line. To the near corner. Brings it behind the Wildcats net to the far corner. Whitby grabs the puck, skates to the near side. Fired around the boards. To the blue line, kept in by Telford. He'll step around one. Puck to the blue line, Way with a shot. Tipped in front, pad save. Chipped along the boards, kept in by Lunny. Wildcats send it back. Played out over the blue line. Mass with a good stick, clears the zone. Whitby has to clear. Way to the blue line, kept in. Chipped to the far corner. Puck comes to the near side. Out front, Milks plays it. Gets it to Mass. He'll fire it off to the far boards. Guglietti skating up the wing. Gets the blue line and in. Guglietti, all kinds of pressure. Backhand shot, saved by the Wildcats goaltender. Played to the blue line, kept in by Mass. Under pressure, Wildcats clear to the red line. Lunny across to Way. Way sends it in, stripped by the Wildcats. They'll bring it out the near side. Back into the Flyers' net, their zone. Shot. Pad save by Milks. DeCamillis picks up the rebound, skates it to the far corner. Loose puck, Darling to the blue line and out. Guglietti giving chase. Wildcats get there first. They'll pass up to center ice and chip it into the Flyers' end. Sloan up to the blue line, blocked in front. Darling's there, gets it into skates, fired off the boards. Out of the Flyers' zone to DeCamillis. DeCamillis in over the blue line. Centering attempt to Guglietti. Wildcats goalie out to play it to the near corner. DeCamillis falling, gets it to Darling. He gets stripped of it. Back in the near corner. Thrown out front. Flyers couldn't get a handle on it. Sloan, under pressure, fires it to the far corner. Wildcats play it behind the net. Guglietti tries to walk out with it. Gets it to Darling in the far corner. He spins. Ref's in his way. Centering pass picked off by the Wildcats. Off the near boards. Sloan at the blue line. He'll send it back in for DeCamillis. He lets it go. Wildcats get it to the far side. Jeffrey Stedman lets a shot go just wide. Picked up in front by Darling. Darling keeps it into the blue line. Second effort by Wildcats to clear it out. Darling to Sloan. Sloan sends it just over the blue line of the Wildcat zone. DeCamillis picks it up. Steps around one. Loses the handle on it. Wildcats pick it up to the blue line. Kept in. And second effort, they'll bring it out. They'll dump it down into the Flyers' end. No icing. Sloan there first in the near corner. He'll send it off the boards. Kept in by the Wildcats. Quick first period. 4:43 to go in the frame. Wildcats walk out. Shot. Milks with the save. Cleared out to the near corner by Ambrosio. Felix gets a piece of it. Blocked by the Wildcats. Shot wide of the net. Rebound out the far side for Nickel. He'll throw it off the boards and down the ice. Just too far for icing.
Buddy, how are you?
Good.
I haven't been to hockey rink in a while. I miss this.
Mm-hmm. Ambrosio steps in for the draw. Deep in the Flyers' zone. Wildcats win it. Shot. Blocker saved by Milks. Rebound to the near corner. Savory. He's on it. Holds it along the boards. Gets it to Ambrosio. Ambrosio behind his own net. Skates it up the middle. Backhands that. Intended for Felix out of his reach. That'll go into the Wildcat zone. No icing. Wildcats play it up. Skated out over the blue line to the far side. Chipped into the Flyers' end of the far side. Thrown out front. Tipped in front. Shot. Second effort scores. .347 to go in the first period.
That gourmet shot.
Telford in for the draw. Won by the Wildcats. They'll send it off the far boards in over the Flyers' blue line. Played out by Mass into some feet. Telford picks it up along the far side. Chips it to the blue line, not in. Wildcats back in the Flyers' end. They'll skate around way. Walks out front. Shot. Through the 5-hole, and they score it again. Let's go, boys. Darling in for the draw for the Flyers. He'll win it back, picked up by Whitby. Back in the Flyers' end. They'll play it to the far corner. Jeffrey Stedman. He chips it, picked up by the Wildcats behind the Flyers' end. Spinning, thrown out front. Shot over the net. Rebound comes out the far side. He couldn't quite get there in time. Back to Jeffrey Stedman. He'll send it to the near corner for Sloan. Wildcats with possession in the corner. Cleared out. Jeffrey Stedman off the near boards. DeCamillis reached for it. Couldn't get a piece. Played up by Darling. Out front. Picked up by the Wildcats again. Fancy passing. To the far corner behind the net to the near side. Darling steps in. Picks up the puck. Throws it to the blue line. Not out. Second effort, DeCamillis. Again, couldn't quit it out. Wildcats with possession, still in the Flyers' end. They'll throw it out. Pad save by Milks. And he'll hold that for a whistle.
Way to be, Hunter!
Ambrosio in for the draw. He'll win it to the near corner. Savory fired off the net. Milks had to think quick there to keep it out. Play to the blue line. Wildcats cross ice. Shot. I think Milks got a piece of that. Sent it to the far corner. Played up to the blue line. Not out. Centering pass blocked in front by the Flyers. Savory gets to the blue line. No further. Felix gets taken down. Ambrosio retaliates, gets a piece of it. Savory to the far side. O'Shea had it popped over his stick. He'll send it off the boards to Nickel. Up to Ambrosio. Ambrosio across to Felix. And the Wildcats will turn that right around. Up to the Flyers' blue line. Good stick by Savory. Gets it to Ambrosio on the far side. Ambrosio pass intended for Felix. Felix gets it into the zone. Loose puck. Swiped at by the Wildcats to get it to the far corner. Ambrosio chips it behind the Wildcats net. Felix out front. Andrade couldn't get a stick on it. Comes to Savory at the blue line. He'll fire it in. Felix, centering attempt, blocked by the Wildcats again. To the blue line. Wildcats around Savory, down the wing, in over the blue line. 3-on-1. Flyers just stopped skating to get that back check. Felix gets it to the blue line and out. Andrade down the wing, in over the blue line, all kinds of pressure. Wildcats chip that out of their zone. Mass fires it back in. At the blue line, a little bit of back and forth. Wildcats finally get it up to the Flyers' blue line. Way sends it back through neutral ice. And the Wildcats dump it back in the Flyers' end. 25 seconds to go. Mass keeps it in the corner. Telford steps in to help. Puck comes to Lunny on the boards. Just past his stick. Wildcats still with possession. In the far corner, skated behind the net. Changed directions out front. Shot. Gloved by Milks. He'll hold that for a whistle. 2.5 seconds to go. Telford in for the draw. He'll tie it up, in some skates, comes out, shot, wide of the net, and that'll do it for the first period. Yeah.
So they're A? I thought they were double A. Oh, okay. Yeah. They still play double A, right?
He's A this year, yeah. Yeah.
No, so this is their first game, or they already played one?
No, this is their first game.
Like,
We got 2 tomorrow, and then we'll go from there.
yeah. I miss these tournaments, man.
Oh. Sheldon's playing in Guelph for school today.
Okay.
And then Aurelia tomorrow. And Aurora Sunday. And then back at home on Monday.
All over the place, eh? Yep. Yeah, Stuart got heavy in the rugby, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Now he's going to university, so all the universities looking at him, eh?
Good.
We got asked from, like, we got a substitute, Laurier and Brock so far. Trent wants him, Waterloo wants him, Laurier wants him. Yeah, I know, don't get me started on that one. But,
Yep.
But yeah, you went right from hockey right to rugby and just
Good.
Never looked back, right?
Good. Here we go to start the second period. Flyers are down by 2. Telford in for the draw. He'll get it to the Wildcats' blue line, and they'll fire it up through center ice to the Flyers' corner. Sloan, spinning, gets it off the boards to Lunny. He'll chip it around the D. Picked up by the Wildcats to the near boards in the Flyers' end. Jeffrey Stedman off the boards for Telford. Just misplayed it. Flyers can't get a stick on it here. Wildcats out front, shot. Milks with the glove. Rebound, not cleared out of their zone. Wildcats on the far side, dump it into the corner. Sloan tried to play it behind the net, picked out by Whitby. Sloan again to Lunny. Lunny doesn't get it around his man. Shot wide of the net. Jeffrey Stedman in the near corner. Sends it up for Andrade. He'll backhand that out of the Flyers' end to the red line, and Whitby sends it back towards the Flyers' zone. Sloan, good D on the blue line. Dumped back in by the Wildcats. Sloan plays it off the boards. And back in at the Flyers' blue line. Thrown to the near corner. Comes out. Jeffrey Stedman gets a piece of it. He'll send that out of the zone down the ice. Darling on the break. Good change. Darling with the shot. Rebound. Nobody's there to pick it up. Wildcats, same play. In over the Flyers' blue line. Shot. Wide of the net. They'll pick up their own rebound behind the Flyers' goal. Savory gets a piece of it to Darling. Darling skating up the wing. The center ice to Guglietti. He gets stopped at the Whitby blue line. Wildcats turn around. Back in the Flyers' end. Shot. Looks to get a piece of it. Rebound out behind the net. O'Shea comes up. O'Shea over the Flyers' blue line through center ice. Dumps it into the Wildcat zone. Guglietti, he's going to try to get there first. Just beat. DeCamillis gets a piece of it to keep it in the corner. DeCamillis behind the net for Guglietti. Chipped up front, picked up by the Wildcats, and they'll skate it out of their zone. Wildcats dump it in, wide of the net from center ice. O'Shea off the boards. Just too far. That's gone for icing. Ambrosio in for the draw. Picked off by Whitby. They'll skate it, dump it in off the near boards. Behind the Flyers' net to the far side. Sent back into the corner. Way lifts it to the blue line, not out. Felix is there. He'll send it along the boards. Wildcats with the shot, tipped wide. Mass in the near corner, battles. Gets it up to the half boards. Nickel, he'll get a piece of it to center ice. Wildcats dump that back in the Flyers' end. Mass off the boards into the Wildcats' end. They'll play it out the far side. Back into the Flyers' end. Shot blocked in front by Way. He'll kick that to the corner. Wildcats pick it up, fire it around the near side. Nickel off the boards, picked up by Ambrosio. Ambrosio, he gets there first, gets the puck in the near corner, throws it out front. Wildcats goaltender will punch that back into the corner. Played off the other side. Way at the blue line, steps around one. Not the second one. Wildcats dump that in the Flyers' end. Mass, he's there first. He'll take it behind the Flyers' goal. Send it off the near boards to Nickel. Nickel turns and fires it to neutral ice. Dump back in. Pops over Mass's stick, way behind his net. He'll play it to the far corner. And Way's going to the box for that one. Wildcats behind their net, behind the Flyers' net, and the Flyers will touch it for a whistle. Flyers penalty, number 14, Way, 2 minutes for interference. Telford in to take the draw for the Flyers. He'll win it, steers it behind for Sloan. Sloan off the far boards, kept in by the Wildcats. Telford gets a piece of it, he'll send that through neutral ice and down. Lunny in on the forecheck. Wildcats fired around the far side. He'll step on the puck and trip. Stretch pass to the near side. One touch to center ice. Cleared out by Sloan to Lunny. Lunny gets a piece of it. He'll send it the rest of the way. Minute 30 to go on the Flyers penalty. Wildcats. Good stick by Telford to slow them down a bit. Wildcats back up center ice and in over the blue line. They'll stop, get a quick change. Played across to the near point. Shot. Tipped wide. Rebound comes out the far side. Sloan off the boards. Lunny gets there first to Telford. Telford backhands that through traffic into the Wildcats' end. Back up to the blue line. Telford applying pressure. Puck stops at center ice. Telford kicks it to a stick. Backhands it just onto the Wildcats stick. Go back in the Flyers' end. Puck goes wide of the net. Played to the far corner. 40 seconds to go on the penalty. Puck at the point. Shot. Tipped in front. Milks will hold that for a whistle. .33 seconds to go on the Flyers' penalty. 9:15 to go in the period. Darling steps in to take the draw. One to the near side, picked up by the Wildcats. Cross to the far point. Played in. Shot. Pad save by Milks. Rebound out front. Toe save. Rebound comes to the near corner. Wildcats throw it out front. Another pad save. Loose puck. Second shot goes in. Let's go, Flyers. Let's help out the goalie a little bit. Yep.
Good save.
Back to even strength. 8:57 to go in the period. Darling takes the draw. Won by the Wildcats to the far side. Late to center ice, picked up by Whitby. Passed into the Flyers' end. Thrown towards the net. Shot. And they scored. Ambrosio in for the draw. Scrum. Ambrosio gets a piece of it to Felix. Felix chips it in over the blue line, and Wildcats will clear it to the Flyers' end. Jeffrey Stedman off the boards. To center ice, no further. How is that onside? I don't know. Kick through Sloan's legs to the far corner. Sloan along the boards behind the Flyers' net. Ambrosio steps in to help, gets it to the near side. To Nickel. Nickel just overskated it. Wildcats pick it up, send it back in behind the net to the far side. Sloan. Picked off by the Wildcats. They'll skate it in. To Felix. Felix sends it to Nickel at center ice. Nickel in over the blue line. Lets a shot go from out far, wide of the net. Come on, guys, we got to get shots on this goalie. Whitby back in the Flyers' end. To the near corner. Jeffrey Stedman off the boards. To Nickel. Nickel centers it, intended for Felix. That was in his feet. Passed back up to the blue line again. Cleared out by Sloan. Jeffrey Stedman off the boards. Stripped by Wildcats. Right out front. Thrown across. Blocked by Sloan. Jeffrey Stedman, he'll pick it up. Just dump that to center ice. Wildcats turn around, bring it back in the Flyers' end. Shot blocked by Sloan. Puck goes to the behind the Flyers' net. Cleared out to the far corner. Ambrosio kicks it up to his stick, runs out of room. Whitby walks off the boards with it. Sloan stands up to his man. Ambrosio gets the red line and dumps it in. He'll peel off for a change. Felix behind the net, applying pressure. Whitby changes direction, send it out the far side. Cross ice pass to the near. Up to center ice, almost stripped by Telford. Savory with a good stick to break up that rush. Telford in over the blue line. He'll drop it, nobody's there. Whitby back in the Flyers' end. Good patience, misplayed it. Stripped by Andrade. Wildcats still end up with the puck to the near corner. O'Shea to Telford. Telford up the wing. Lifts it to center ice for Lunny. He didn't have much room. Chips it in over the Wildcat blue line. Whitby along the near boards. Telford with a good stick. to Lunny. Lunny under pressure. Kept in. O'Shea, unfortunately, out. Flyers have to clear. Puck down behind the Wildcats' goal. Played out the near boards. Picked off by Telford. He'll send that to Lunny on his backhand. Couldn't get a shot off. Whitby lifts it to the near boards. And he'll dump that into the Flyers' end. All the way around to the far corner. Tries to walk out front. Way to Andrade. Andrade to Telford. Telford center ice. Lunny on the rush. Applying pressure. Whitby sends it out the far side. To the blue line and out. Whitby, stretch pass to the far near side. Thrown up front, shot. Loose puck. Cleared out to the point, shot. Again, blocker saved by Milks. Second effort goes in. Yep. 5 minutes to go in the period. Darling in for the draw. He'll win it. Get it to the Whitby blue line. Skate it in. Darling tries to shoot it through the player. Doesn't quite happen. Up in the near corner. To Guglietti. He lost it. Wildcats come out with it. In over the Flyers blue line. Lots of room. Shot. And they score. Ambrosio in for the draw. Won by Whitby at the far side. Dumped into the Flyers' end. Behind their net to the near corner. Whitby gets there first, brings it behind the net. Played to the far corner, stripped by Sloan. He'll get it to Felix, but he gets stripped of it. Whitby back in the Flyers' end. Played to the near corner for Nickel. Jeffrey Stedman. Ambrosio along the near boards. Back into the near corner. Jeffrey Stedman sends it to the far side for Sloan. He gets stopped there. Whitby with the puck. Thrown out front. Stopped there. Flyers don't know what the hell they're doing. Puck behind the Flyers net. Sloan, he'll fire it hard off the boards. Kept in by Whitby. Sloan again. In the corner. Picked off by Ambrosio. He'll get it to the corner, but Whitby steals it again. Wildcats in the near corner. Jeffrey Stedman gets a piece of it. Ambrosio, he'll come up the wing. Skate it to the opposite side. In over the blue line. Played back, Nickel. At his own bench. Sends it into the far corner. Ambrosio picks it up. Stripped by the Wildcats. Played to the blue line. Flyers are skated into each other. Whitby comes through neutral ice, back in the Flyers' end. Pass through everybody. Picked up by Whitby. Behind the net, out the far side. Played to the point. Back into the corner. Lunny strips it, couldn't get it out. Telford to play that behind his net. 2.5 minutes to go in the period. To Lunny along the boards. He lost it. Whitby back behind the Flyers' goal. Pass intercepted by Jeffrey Stedman. Shot. Loved by Milks, and he'll hold that for a whistle. But, yeah. Telford steps in to take the draw. Wildcats win it. Lunny Gets a piece of it over the blue line. Lunny's got it along the far boards. Lunny drops it for Telfer. Telfer with a shot off the post. Rebound comes out front. Whitby clears it to the far corner. Up through the center ice. O'Shea gets a piece of it, sends it to the far side. Cleared out. Savory at the red line. Gets a piece just in the Wildcat zone. Played out. Cross. Icing's waved off. O'Shea's back there first. He'll play it off the boards. Andretti gets taken down. No call. Cleared out of the zone. Lunny. He's giving chase. Lunny gets there first. Puck still in the near corner. Lunny and Telfer battling it out. Played to the point for O'Shea. O'Shea just sends it back in behind the Whitby goal. Played out front. Telfer with the shot. Loose puck. And Wildcats goaltender will cover that for a whistle. 1:21 to go in the period. Darling steps in for the draw. Cat-like reflexes on that one. Savory with the shot from the blue line. Doesn't get to the net. Whitby through neutral ice. In over the blue line. Shot high over the net. Rebound comes out to the near side. O'Shea. Darling, Guglietti battling in the corner. Whitby get a piece of it, send it to the far side. Played again behind Flyers net to the near side for O'Shea. O'Shea pass intent for Guglietti. In traffic, battling along the boards. Darling steps into his man. 45 seconds to go in the period. O'Shea off the boards to the blue line, kept in. Whitby from the point with the shot, blocked, tipped wide. Rebound cleared to the near side. Picked up by Whitby. Back to the point. Whitby back in front. Shot steered wide to the near corner. Played up. Past everybody. Guglietti's giving chase. DeCamillis. Whitby gets there to intercept that play. Guglietti in the near corner. Thrown out to the far side. Way. Gets it into the far corner. Back to Whitby, and they'll fire it down the ice. That's gone for icing, and that's the end of the period. Yeah, they're the only team they've lost to is Barry White. Okay. They're Barry one team.
Is that their loop though? Or is this supposed to turn right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I know like so Whitby, they've always been really good. But there's corruption going on. I don't know. Yeah. They've always been a good team.
Yeah. I think they're ranked 9th in Ontario.
Yeah.
We're 23rd. Yeah, but yeah. No.
These tournaments are fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
Were you staying at the casino?
Yeah.
That's cool. You feel like they're good?
I don't know yet. Haven't been. we haven't. We drove down today. So
okay.
Hunter and I will check in after. We're going here to Neb's.
Yeah.
And then we're going to the Mandarin for dinner with the team, and then. Yep. Yep. Here we go to start the third. Let's hope the Flyers can do something. Ambrosio steps in for the draw. Won by the Wildcats, back to their point. Played up to the Flyers' blue line. Cleared out by Mass. To center ice. Whitby dump it back into the Flyers' end. Way gets there first. Fires it around the boards. Kept into the half boards by Whitby. They'll bring it into the corner. Thrown out front behind the net. Good play. Loose puck. Milks will cover that. Give him the gourmet shot. I guess they're running the clock. That doesn't really help us at all. Telford's in for the Flyers. Telford wins it to Mass. Mass chips it off the boards. Stopped there by Whitby. In some feet. Andrade, he gets it to Telford. Telford out over the blue line. Skates it into the Whitby zone. Telford takes it wide. Thrown towards the net. Blocked in front by Whitby. Telford gets a piece of it behind the net to Lunny. Lunny changes directions. Comes out the near side to Way at the point. Way winds up. Shot. Gloved by Whitby. Quick shot. Quick shot. Telford back in for the draw. Won by the Wildcats to the near corner. Played behind the net. Out the far side. Andrade gets there first. Plays it back behind the Whitby net. Whitby around the near boards. Out over the blue line. Up to center ice. Into the Flyer zone. Sloan gets away with a bit of a hook. Played off the near boards. Back in. Sloan. Whitby back to the point. Dumped back in off the side, off the glass. Tipped in front. The Flyers almost scored on themselves there. Andrade has a bounce over his stick. Whitby comes out with it. Playing out front. Andrade to Lunny. Lunny gets stopped at the blue line. Sloan lifts it back to the Wildcats. Played off the boards. Lunny down the wing. Lunny in over the blue line. Walks around his man. Walks out. Pad save. Rebound. Cleared out to the blue line. Center ice to Savory and neutral ice. Savory to Lunny at the blue line. Lunny. Shot wide of the net. Rebound. Comes out the far side. Flyers were completing their change. Whitby gets a piece of it. Sends it to center ice. Savory's there to clear it out of the zone. Played up center ice off a skate. Just out of Darling's reach. Back to the blue line. Savory off the boards. Down. No icing. Cleared out to the far side. Back to center. Good display of passing here by Whitby. Out front. Slid towards the net. Shot off the side of the net. Behind to the far corner. Darling tries to bank that off the boards. Just ran out of real estate. O'Shea gets tripped. Again, no call. These refs must be from Whitby. Shot. Blocked in front. I think that hit O'Shea. Guglietti comes up with it. Skates it out of the Flyers' end. Gets the red line. Backhand pass to Darling. Darling to DeCamillis. Shot through traffic. Blocker save. Rebound out the far side. 11 minutes to go in the period. Darling, good battle along the boards. He comes up with it. Skates around one. Darling throws it out front. Off the backhand of DeCamillis. Couldn't get the shot off. Whitby in the near corner. Pass it up. Savory's there to keep it in the zone. DeCamillis and Darling battling in the near corner. Puck squirts out behind the Whitby net. They'll change directions back to Darling. He'll pin it there. DeCamillis helps. Along the boards to the blue line. Kept in by Savory. Looks like Whitby's going to the box. Two minutes for roughing. 10 minutes to go in the period. Clock's running, boys. Hurry up. Change. Ambrosio steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. He'll win it. Felix. Felix gets stick checked. Whitby comes up with it, and they'll skate it out of their zone. Through neutral ice into the Flyers' end. Chips it around Way. Behind the net. Mass is there. He'll carry it to the far corner. Laid off the boards. Felix clears it out. Gets a backhand to Ambrosio. Ambrosio in over the blue line. All kinds of pressure. Tries to get it in deep. Whitby clears it out to Way at neutral ice. Way off the boards. In behind the Whitby net. Whitby off the boards to the blue line, out of the reach of Mass, and that puck will roll all the way back into the Flyers' end. Mass picks it up, throws it to the Flyers' blue line for Nickel. Nickel cross ice to Felix. Felix steps around one, not two. Bouncing puck, finds Way. Way dumps it in. Whitby, they'll airmail that to the Flyers' end. Flyers stop skating for some reason. Way. And Ambrosio in the corner. Lunny steps in. Whitby comes up with it off the near boards to the blue line and dumped back in. Loose puck. Way kicks it to the near corner. And Whitby will just hold it along the boards. Oh, he's going to the box for that. Not sure why they stopped the clock for that penalty, but not the Flyers. Home team advantage. So we got 4-on-4 for 4 seconds. Nope. Whitby wins the draw. Shot. Wilkes didn't even see it. There you go. Telford steps in for the draw. Won by the Wildcats, back in their zone. Back to 5-on-5. Andrade strips that puck, gets it to Telford. Telford in over the blue line. He'll take it wide into some traffic. Andrade back to O'Shea. O'Shea dumps it in. That'll go behind the net. Lunny walks out front. Just hops over the stick of Telford. Whitby will play that out through neutral ice. Going over the Flyers' end. Lunny causing some traffic. Cleared out to the blue line, and that'll go down the ice. Icing's waved off. Whitby out to play it. Lunny couldn't pull the trigger. Played off the near boards to the blue line and out. Whitby with time. They'll fire it. Stretch pass. He didn't touch it. Icing it is. 7 minutes to go in the period. Yep. Darling steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. Scrum draw. Millis gets taken down, played back to the point. Just kept in by Mass. He'll fire that to the far corner. Millis to Guglietti. Guglietti gets stopped behind the net. Whitby fires it out the far side. Along the boards. Darling, under pressure, keeps it in. Whitby steals it, and they'll pass it out to center ice. In over the Flyers' blue line. Drop pass. Millis almost got a piece. Whitby fired behind the Flyers' net. Pass back to the near corner. They walk out with it. Loose puck, shot, wide of the net. Guglietti picks it up, brings it out the far side. Through neutral ice, all kinds of pressure. Darling picks it up, back in the Whitby zone. Darling airmails it just out of the reach of Millis. Whitby with the puck along the near boards. Pass it up through the blue line and out. In the Flyers' end. Off the boards. Into the near corner. Mass. He'll send it around for Guglietti. Guglietti steps around one. Brings it out the near side. Backhand pass to center ice. Picked up by Whitby. Another pass picked up by Darling. He's got a skater around a Flyer. Darling brings it in and then takes down the player. Whitby dumps it down the far side. Mass. He'll touch it for the whistle. And it looks like Darling's going to the box for cross-checking. Nickel steps in to take the draw. He'll win it to the near corner. Sloan gets there first off the boards. To Felix. Felix dumps it up to center ice. Picked off by Whitby, and they'll pass it back to the Flyers' blue line and in. Played behind the net. Whitby out front. Nobody on them. Shot. Pad save by Milks. Rebound cleared out by Sloan. Another shot. Pops over a stick and in. .3:45 to go in the period. Wildcats win another draw. Pass it up to the Flyers' blue line and dump it in. Steered towards the net. Milks will hold that for a whistle. Ambrosio for the draw. He'll win it. Played behind the Flyers' goal line. O'Shea fires it to the far corner for Nickel. Tries to keep it going, but Whitby's skates are in the way. Played back behind the Flyers' net. Out the far corner. Pass behind. Back to the corner out the near side. Whitby to the half boards. Dumped back into the Flyers' end. Ambrosio spinning. Gets pinched off the puck to the near corner. Lack of communication. Puck comes to the Flyers' blue line, kept in by Whitby. Played to the far corner, back in behind. Whitby walks out near corner, off the ref skates to the blue line, and Savory gets a piece of it, not it out. Pad save by Milks. Rebound comes right out front. O'Shea gets cleared out, but he gets the puck out of the zone. Back up center ice, in over the Flyers' end. Savory reaching, gets a piece of it to Felix. To the blue line, picked up by Telford. Telford kicks it back up to his stick, in over the blue line, and sends it wide. Behind the net, Whitby fires it hard around the boards to the blue line. Not enough. Picked up by Whitby, back in the Flyers' end. Thrown out front. Felix with a good stick to clear that garbage out of the way. Played off the boards. Telford. Whitby D was pinching. Off the boards. Whitby sends it to the near corner. Back behind the goal line. Picked up by Ambrosio. Ambrosio skating it out of the Flyer zone. Gets pinched at the blue line. Good D by O'Shea. Shot. Centering pass. Pass to everybody. Andrade picks it up. 1 minute to go in the period. Andrade down the far wing. Pass attempt picked off by Whitby, and they'll bring it back into the Flyers' end. Pass to Cross. Shot. Wide of the net. Centering attempt out of everybody's reach. Andrade to Lunny up the wing. Lunny in over the blue line. Gets a shot. He scores! Flyers goal, number 19, Ethan Lunny. Hey. Telford in for the draw. Scrum draw picked up by Whitby. 20 seconds to go in the period. Mass gets it to his gate. No further. Whitby throws it out front. Lunny's in the way to intercept that pass. Back to Mass. Along the far boards. He'll lift that to center ice. Telford in over the blue line. Pass attempted for Lunny, and that'll do it.